Virgo, December. Okay, Virgo, so you are a mutable earth sign, right? So that means you have a square going on this month of December with the sun in the sign, mutable sign of Sagittarius until December 21st. Okay, so there's a little bit of like this kind of angle. And so things will be a little smoother for you later in the month. Now, you also have let's see, you also have a square with Jupiter in the mutable sign of Gemini. So all of these mutable signs make these 90-degree squares. So you have this with the planet of makes things really big. Okay. So you want to be really careful with your words. We're in a Mercury retrograde. You are ruled by Mercury, and so is the sign Gemini, and Jupiter's in Gemini squaring you. So, and we also know Mercury is in Sagittarius squaring you. So you got to watch it this month. And I know you're the great analyzer and you have a lot to say, but this might not be the best time to do it. And you're probably analyzing numbers at the end of the year, but you want to, the square with Jupiter is going to last till spring. So that's still going to be there, but the square with, Sagittarius will end by 12/21, and then you'll have a nice trine going on when the sun moves into the sign of Capricorn, because Capricorn's an earth sign and so are you. So there's this harmonious trine energy. So if you have important things to say, maybe hold off towards the end of the month more, or maybe after the holidays, right at the end of the month. Okay. Now, you have an opposition that's been going on for a while with Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Pisces, which is across from you. Okay, so there's some things like kind of pulling on you about working and resting. There's kind of like both themes, okay? So I hope that you take some time out this month and are able to do some of that. Step away from the analyzing a little bit, make sure you get the rest and the socialization that you need too. Now, I did a little pre-reading. These are the cards that I got. I got the Ace of Water here, Plantain, from the Herb Crafters Tarot. And even though I don't know much about plantain, I do know that this looks like a really peaceful scene. And it's by the water, and it's very calming. Okay, so there's something here about relaxing. Remember, Pisces is across from you with two planets. Pisces is always across from you, but there's two planets there. Okay, so it really wants your attention. And so there is this beautiful ace, lucky ace, a one of water. This is really about the cup of satisfaction, what really brings you joy. Now, your next card is the Seven of Wands here from the Cozy Witch Tarot. And it says witches should hold other witches accountable. Okay, so it looks like they're all kind of reaching out to her, pointing a finger at her. We need to hold each other accountable. Seven of Wands is kind of when you feel on the spot, okay? So there's something here on the spot, and you don't want to make other people feel too on the spot, especially if you're like throwing around the end of the year numbers, okay? We want to make sure that we're enjoying December because it's filled with so many holidays. Now, the Queen of Canes shows up here. She's the Queen of Swords. Interesting, she's got a bird eating out of her hand. She looks so pale and so white-faced here. It's like she's a really cool queen. It made me think of Aquarius because Aquarius would be an air queen, a winter queen. But the Queen of Canes, Queen of Air, which sometimes I forget that, I always think Virgo, like, you're an earth sign, but you're ruled by Mercury. It always makes me think you're air, but you're not. But we have this coolness that's coming in, yet there's this gentleness that the bird can eat out of her hand. It's almost like she's so still, okay? So there's something here about stillness, calmness, not putting anybody under pressure, not putting anybody on the spot, okay? And maybe making sure that you get the time you need if you feel like you've been on the spot. Now, that was my pre-reading, so let's do a little bit of a live reading here and see what we have. I'm loving this Yuletide Tarot. Your first card is the Ten of Candles. This came up so many times in the month ahead reading, in the sign by sign readings. She's like looking at her bills, probably from Christmas, and stressed out. Okay, so we keep getting this theme of simplicity, of time spent, okay, as a great gift. not putting yourself on the spot too hard. Interesting how they all look like they're holding bags here. Maybe they're purses, but they look like maybe shopping bags. Let's not get too overextending ourselves, okay? Let's see what your next card is. The Eight of Candles, Eight of Wands, and he's got his little train and he's really happy. It looks like he's playing with his train. And so this is like kind of a fun card because you think of Eight of Wands as like a travel card. So there's some joy here. There's some fun with the Eight of Candles, but also it's like it's a train. They didn't break the bank for that gift. Okay. And your next card is the Nine of Gifts. And she's got everything in order and she's just kind of relaxing and taking it all in. Okay, so that's the Nine of Pentacles. Staying grounded, remembering just the beauty of the season, just taking in the calmness. She's sitting in front of her tree, just taking in the lights and relaxing. It kind of reminds me of this Ace of Water, just relaxing by the water side. Okay, so keep it really simple. Don't overdo it. You know your numbers. You know where you're at. You don't have to share those numbers with everyone, but just be kind to yourself and don't get yourself deeper in debt. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. I'm going to go card by week with these little minis and see what you need to know each month of December, Virgo. And let's see what we got. So week 1, Mercury will be in retrograde and Mars retrograding will be starting the end of the week. You have the World card, Major Arcana. This is ruled by Saturn. We had a lot of themes of Saturn going on in the December month ahead video. If you haven't listened to it yet, I highly recommend it. And so this is a card of accomplishment, of award. Maybe you're going to get seen for something, or maybe you're going to get a really nice Christmas bonus, but there's a validation here with the World card. Okay, week 1. Now week 2, this is when, let's see, week 2, Mercury retrograde ends on the 15th. We've got Justice here. So you have 2 major arcana showing up in your week by week, and Justice, card number 11. Which equals 2, right? There's the themes of balance, but there's also themes of legality and of like almost financial transactions because it's Venus. Week 3, the Hanged Man. Wow, you got a lot of majors here. This is that Pisces energy we were talking about, making sure that you're taking some downtime, making sure that you're not go all the time. Remember, Mars, the planet of action, is in retrograde, so we got to slow it down. Week 4, this is Christmas week. Another major, the Hermit. My goodness, you and your majors here, Virgo. And this is a Virgo card. The Hermit is ruled by Virgo, and he's your inner guide, okay? So you may need some alone time. Make sure that you take care of yourself through the holidays so you get the alone time that you need. And week 5 is New Year's week. Oh, it's not a major. It's the 8 of Swords, okay? She's feeling stuck. She's got a lot of overthinking going on, but really she's tied very loosely, okay? So really tending to yourself, making sure you're getting the rest you need, the alone time that you need so you don't feel too overwhelmed. All right, now I'm going to move this stuff to the side and we're going to roll some dice and we're going to throw some charms and we're looking for power days for you this month of December, Virgo. So charms kind of go everywhere. Let's see what we rolled. We rolled Sun, Aries, first house, which is, first house is Aries house, okay? And it's funny because the first thing that jumped out to me was this fist, this punching glove here. It says title on it, so it's way up at the top. So you want to make sure, you know, Aries is ruled by Mars, the god of war. Let's not get into too many fights. We know we have Mars in its retrograde and it's across from Pluto, and so it can bring a lot of intensity. We've got the letter A up here on the 2nd of December, along with a symbol, moose button, and a little pin that says votes for women, okay? So there's a lot of feminine energy to me here, and there's a punching bag here. Let's not get into it over politics. Okay, we've got the letter G on the 6th along with a little car. A lot of energy here on the 11th. You've got the letter N, you've got the word start and the word smell. Okay, start, smell, smart, smell, start, smell, N. All right. A lot of activity here on the 18th, moon, a wrench, and the letter R. On the 19th, you have like a little journal. On the 25th, you have a candlestick and a lantern. So a lot of light here. Okay, candlestick and a lantern. That's Christmas. Okay, and that reminds me of the hermit. He's always holding some kind of lantern. So make sure that you like get the walk you need, the time you need. We've got a circle over here around the 27th. 28th, we have the letter E along with a moon and star and the letter W. So we've got the word we here, or the initials EW on the 28th. So maybe there's some time spent together. Maybe you have a date or a friend that you're spending time with on the 28th. Now, the 30th, you have a sword, the letter N, and the 31st looks like it's a glass of wine there on New Year's Eve. Maybe you're going to have some champagne and celebrate. All right, so it looks like the first week has some activity. I really feel like that punching glove there was at the top, kind of a theme here to, pick your battles. Pick your battles with people who actually want to fight, not just anyone. It's fiery in the air. The 11th, a lot of activity. The 18th, a lot of activity. The whole Christmas week into New Year's has some nice activity. Now you rolled Sun, Aries, first house. Aries is all about I am. This is who I am now. So there's a lot shining there about your identity, maybe a sense of rebranding. Now let's see. Let's look and see, because the sun is associated with the sign Leo and Aries, all fire signs, right? So let's see when the moon is either in Leo or Aries. So we know the moon will move into Aries on Monday, December 9th, and at 8:38 a.m. through the 10th and into the 11th. That's where you had all that energy on the 11th until 10:55 a.m. Okay. Interesting that it says start and smell. Just take it easy on the morning of the 11th. Okay. That we don't start the day with an argument or something like that. Okay. So, just highlight your calendar, be very aware on the morning of the 11th. Now we are looking for Leo energy, and we have the moon moving into Leo on Tuesday the 17th at 6:39 p.m., which means it will be there all day on the 18th, which is where you had a lot of activity, into the 19th and the 20th until 2:37 a.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. Have a fabulous month, Virgo.